All praises to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. This is going to be a quick video, as I just saw something and people was questioning whether God allows or has ever allowed human sacrifice in the Bible, and it's trying to make out as though that was nowhere in the Old Testament or nowhere within the laws of the Israelites, right? That a human's blood was required for something that had gone wrong within the laws of the Israelites, which is not true, right? That is not true, man, right? Yahweh had often required the blood of an Israelite for things that was done wrong, right? And that's also why he required the blood of Yahweh Shai too, right? So first thing I'm going to do is prove that in the New Testament, it says that, it pretty much says that in there, right? Let me show this. This is Hebrews chapter 9 and verse 22. And almost all things by the law, and almost all things are by the law purged with blood, and without shedding of blood there is no remission, right? So according to the New Testament, right, the laws of the Old Testament, almost all things are purged with blood, right? And on occasions that was the blood of animals, right? And in some occasions it was the blood of humans, right? Now some people say, nah, that ain't true, that's some, you're bugged out. Well, let's see if it's true, right? In fact, let me go to this first, right? This is a bit more of a light one that some people would be able to understand, that are scoffers and all of these people, but Israelites will know this, man. Israelites and true believers of the Bible and people that are of the elect will be able to understand these things clear. This is Numbers chapter 35 and verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it, right? So in some cases, right, when blood has been shed, which would have been shed by a human, the only way to cleanse that blood is by the blood of him that shed it. And who's the blood going to be coming from that shed the blood? Is it not going to be coming from a human? Right? Now, you could say to some degree that that is a human being sacrificed, man. That is a human's blood being shed to Yahweh for forgiveness of a transgression that was committed, right? Defile not therefore the land wherein ye inhabit, wherein I dwell, for I Yahweh dwell among the children of Israel. Now let me go into some of the laws, right? Because there's quite a few laws in this particular chapter here where a human's blood is required for sins that are committed, right? Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. So according to the law, when two people committed adultery, right, and caused that great sin to occur, right, two humans' blood was required for that sin to be cleansed. Two humans' blood, not just the man, not just the woman, both of them. His blood was required in that situation, right? And then there's the other law in doing, you know what, man? I'm gonna read it, even if people get emotional about this. Some of these people that can't handle that this law is in the scriptures, man. I'm gonna read it, man. We can't be no liars out here, man, regarding the laws of Yahweh, right? Let me find this one. Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. So in a case where a man finds another man's wife, or a woman that's going to become another man's wife out somewhere, and he forces her to be with him, right? Or he grapes her, right? Only his blood is required in that case. And that is, if you want to try and you can try and use other words for it if you want to, but that is his blood being sacrificed for that sin that he committed, man, right? Now, if you're trying to sacrifice and be doing some wickedness and trying to, there's other things where people can try and call things a sacrifice and all of that, and that would be wicked. But in this case, Yahweh said that in this case, he'll accept that human's blood for this occasion occurring, man. So that's a human sacrifice. So then it shouldn't become oblivious to people's minds when Yahweh Shai died, right? that Yahweh did that. It shouldn't come as a surprise to people that Yahweh said, you know what, I'm going to send a sacrifice that I've sanctified that's going to cause the cleansing of the whole nation of Israel. It shouldn't come as a surprise because Yahweh is continually allowing humans' blood, Israelite humans' blood, to be shed to appease his wrath in several occasions. And when David numbered the children of Israel, did Yahweh not require several Israelite humans' blood for his appeasement of the wrath? Did he not require that? Did he not require several Israelites to go through a whole bunch of things according to Deuteronomy 28th chapter? And in fact, let me get this one in Romans, in book of Romans. There's a scripture that says, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. Let me get that. But where is that? It says we are counted as sheep. For thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Where is that? Here we go. This is Romans chapter 8, right? Romans chapter 8 and verse 36. For as it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. So the Israelites have always been, there's always been a type of human blood being sacrificed for wickedness that they've committed, man. Here's another one. Here's another one. Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13. Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both them that have committed abomination. Excuse me, let me read it again. Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. So that's two humans' blood being sent to Yahweh, man, and being put back into the ground to appease the wrath, because you can't be shedding, you can't be causing wickedness, man. That appeased the wrath of that sin that was committed. That would have appeased it, man. And that if people will get emotional about that and start saying, nah, you can't say that. No, it is a human's blood being sacrificed for that wickedness, man. Because there were certain occasions where Israelites did things that was wicked, right? And Yahweh caused wrath to come upon the whole nation. But when the certain human that caused for that stuff to happen died, then Yahweh took away the wrath. That because that human's blood was sacrificed for that. There was a time where the one Israelite had the Babylonian garment, man. Verse 14, and if a man, no, not that one. Here we go. Here's one, and this one's an example where a human and an animal's blood had to be given up as a sacrifice. Now people might say, "Oh, nah, I don't want to use that word," but this is what it is. Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 15, and if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast. So that's the human's blood and the animals, right? That's clear. That's clearly in there, man. That's clearly in there. Verse 16. And if a woman approach unto any beast and lie thereunto, thou shalt kill the woman and the beast, and ye shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Now I found out something that's extremely disgusting that I've heard that the tribe of Issachar do, right, in the land of Mexico, man. And I'll just keep it short and brief, man. A donkey show, right? They have a donkey show over there. I'm just gonna say it like that, man, right? But those people when that situation occurs are not being put, this is not being done. So how many generations of Issachar have been doing that wickedness, right, in the land of Mexico? How many of them? And that's the reason why Yahweh's gonna have to destroy a whole bunch of Israelites, man, because sins have been getting committed that really the blood's supposed to have been shed for, but it never happened, right? And then even that, though Yahweh sent Yahweh Shai, right, so that we don't have to worry about sacrifice of animals no more for our sins, right? According to the laws of the animal sacrifices for sin offerings, right? Israelites still don't even want to believe that. Neither did they want to keep the laws where it was the human's blood for wickedness that was required, right? But neither did they want to do the ones, or did they always keep doing the ones where it was the animals? Or they had it to where they thought we can just do the animal ones, you see? And then our things cured, so that we don't have to lose our lives for sinning now, because we've just did the animal ones, and it was ignoring in certain cases the ones where a human was supposed to be taken away. They ignored it, man. And there's several things, time when you look in the law and it says things along the lines of, and the evil shall be put away among you. But when a human's life was taken, man, so you couldn't call that a human sacrifice. Now, if people want to say it's something else or all that, well, that's up to them. But it's clear that it's not no oblivious thing as to why Yahweh sent Yahushua and ordained and said, you know what, I'm going to send Yahushua and his blood is going to be, I'm going to accept that. Isaiah chapter 53 and verse 4, surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. With his life and with his sacrifice, right? Verse 6, and we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one on his own way, and Yahweh have laid on him the iniquity of us all, because he was a sacrifice that Yahweh said, it's going to be you. And there's deeper meanings as to why that is, that don't even need to be gone into in this lesson, but there's deeper meanings as to why that's the case, man, right? There's deeper meanings according to the scriptures that you can see that is the case for that. But it's clear that if people want to use another word or say it in another way, then it's clear that according to the law of the Israelites, the blood of a human was required for certain things that was done in the law. For certain transgressions that was done according to the law, the blood of a human was required. And I'm gonna go back to Numbers 35. Numbers chapter 35 and verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit, wherein I dwell, for I Yahweh dwell among the children of Israel. So it's simple and clear. But Yahweh never required the innocent blood to ever be shed. He never required innocent blood to be shed, and that's why he had a problem when Israelites was sacrificing their children unto Molech, man, because them children was innocent and hadn't did nothing wrong in them cases, and they was sacrificing it unto another god. Neither would Yahweh have required innocent blood to have been shed unto him. He never wanted innocent blood to be shed unto him. He always required the wickedness that people had did for them to be purged out from among the Israelites for the wickedness, man. So that there wasn't no wickedness among Israel, and that he didn't want the seed of wickedness to grow. Because what does the scripture say? A little leaven leavens the whole lump. So where there's any remnant of wickedness, right, the Israelites would end up becoming wicked. And that's why Yahweh is ultimately going to make all the Israelites righteous and bring us under the new covenant, man. That there's no longer no need of any sacrifice. And that's why he's really got rid of the sacrifices anyway. According to Hebrews, the 10th chapter, he got rid of all the sacrificing of animals, right? He got rid of all of that, and caused for the Israelites to now have to be worrying about Yahushua, and to not be trying to get too strict in any laws, because ultimately all Israelites have sinned. But still, that don't mean that we don't keep the laws. But certain laws that was unto death, we don't no longer do, because we're under grace now. And Yahweh knows that certain thing we're going to do wrong, man. But that don't mean that we're supposed to commit sins unto death also. Then I'm going to end the lesson there, man, and just show that according to the Lord, to a certain degree, you will see that Yahweh required blood of humans, man. And I'm not, you can try and say it's another word if you want to, but I'm saying that you can see that according to the law, Yahweh often required the blood of humans, right, to purge away a wickedness that was committed, man. Right? All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect to the nation of Israel. Shalom.